In this video, 3 people take each other out and I benefit from it and I actually quit a race and I don't do that very often. Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video where we are doing Beat the Meta in the Lexus RC F GT3 car. This is the newer of the Lexuses and we're at Sardinia A in reverse. A very hard combo at the moment this week with it being cold, no grip and very, very slippy. So kick off this race. We head towards turn 1, a corner which kills many people, and we've got a journey for you today in this video as we head to what I would officially call turn 1 because it is a sharp braking zone, but actually it's turn number 2. But we slow it down nicely and everyone actually survives here as we continue on through. Maybe not a little bit behind there as somebody hit the inside wall and you see me laughing my head off. As we head towards this fast right though, it's all about trying to settle down now, get into a river. Oh, Tusco clipping that dirt there. Does survive though as we continue on through. So what is Beat the Meta first of all for those interested in this video? So Beat the Meta. The meta at the moment this week is the Toyota Supra. This car definitely isn't the meta. And what we try and do is we try and beat the meta. So we're trying to win in every single car in Group 3 and Group 4. And we are going through them slowly but surely. And you get to cast a vote on which car you see next. Obviously, if it's the meta for that week, I can't use it. But even so, I'm going to try and use it. And that's what I'm doing this week with the Lexus. There has to be at least one A+ driver in there, and we can do as many races as we want or see fit as we go into this fast right-hander then. A lot of people clipping the barrier there, including Tusco, as we go on the inside. Now, we start last the first here just to see if this car is viable, and as we go into this race, it definitely does seem viable as we are fighting it. Oh my word, somebody just absolutely sent it at Tusco. Slows it down there, so they obviously a mistake there because they tried to wait up for the Porsche, and they are still doing that behind there, just slowing the wing mirror. So fair play, they made a big mistake there, and they are rectifying that. And we all make mistakes. I've always said this. As long as you say sorry or, come back from the mistakes in a positive way, it's all good. We get hit there from Tobiaska as we go in to the right-hander, and they just pushed me out wide. Now, somebody who doesn't really solve their mistakes very well there is that Danish driver right there, Tobiaska, because they just carry on racing as if nothing ever happened. Tusco there, it's a brilliant awareness there, moves over towards the right side, good sportsmanship. Big thank you there, Tusco. I did actually say that at the time in my live reaction, but even so, I haven't put that in, and I will tell you, I did say that. Coming through the right-hander though, we've got the Belgian driver there, who's been spun around, and I don't have that much in terms of bloopers this week. In fact, I've got no bloopers, because the storage is a mess. I've actually asked PD to investigate here, just because I'm not sure what's taking all the storage, if I'm honest with you. Going through his right though, up ahead, contact there between 2 cars. We're going to get 2 more positions, so we're making our way back through the field then as we head onto the final lap here and the fast right-hander, and here we go. So we've actually caught up to Tobiaska in the Supra there. Makes a mistake clipping the barrier then as we continue on then towards the sharp left-hander. This one always sees a lot of dives, and this is no exception here. Everyone tried to carry so much speed here, and they're going everyone's going wide essentially there, and they all tap each other. So we'll gain 3 positions. Thank you, folks. I appreciate that. You see me laughing my head off. I did do a short. I do shorts of my live reactions, so make sure you do check the shorts out when they do come out. They are there, ready for live reactions and raw emotions, and you can comment on this video. Not too bad of a first race there, to be honest with you, coming home in P9. So I was pretty hopeful for this week. However, this week has been a bit crazy in terms of work. It really has. So it's been a real struggle to do any races at all. Now, we are starting in P8 in this race, race number 2. So we've set a qualifying time now, and we're going to start to build that up to try and improve our place on the grid and therefore give us a chance at winning. So we have to actually catch up to this RCZ very quickly. So this Lexus, in terms of acceleration, really good car in terms of acceleration actually, but imagine if he keeps that position. We've got a lot of cars coming up behind, and look who it is. So the Dane absolutely sends it down the right-hander here. I can't really do much about that, and as we go through there, continue on. I would argue they really shouldn't have gone for that. We're already 2 wide. Make it 3 wide. You have to make the corner, and yeah, they didn't make the corner fully there, so it was on them as we go into the right. Clip the barrier, though, there. That's a very common thing to do here. So where do we go? So I decide here, I'm going to go behind the RCZ, mainly because I haven't had an issue with them in this video as we go into the right-hander. Look on the inside of the RCZ. We just slow it down. We're trying to be careful here more than anything. Slow down around the outside in the Porsche. MR cars are going to do very well here because they can get that grip down. But I will say this Lexus, I feel, is a bit of an underdog car, to be honest with you. Has very good grip once it gets the initial grip, and without that turbo, it doesn't then start to really lose its wheel spin or lose grip with the wheel spin that it gets. So it's not too bad. We're going to get rear-ended there by the Toyota Supra as we come through here. They're actually going to spin out there as well. 3-second penalty on them. So, yeah, I was a bit fuming with that one, to be honest with you. Very easy to make that corner, and we just got rear-ended completely. But again, people make mistakes. They can't rectify the mistake because they've already binned it. So, yeah, it is what it is. We accept it. We move on here, and we're fighting with the Porsche up ahead of Tirika. So we're going to head on to lap number 2 then behind the Porsche, and rather than go for it here, we're carrying so much speed here, going into turn 1 side by side, it would be disastrous. So I decided to back out of this and fight somewhere else. And as we go through here, lots of smoke up ahead, not sure what's happened there as we go in towards the braking zone. Can't see anyone. No, nobody's really died there. So it's just status quo for now as we go through that right-hander. Oh, hello, there is somebody. In an AMG Mercedes, they were gone there. Now, we have done that in that brand new car, so you can check that out in the playlist, or if you look on the channel, it will be there as well. Karma happens there. Tobayaska there gets, well, tagged on the rear end, so they go around here, and we got slowed down there, struggling a little bit as well as we go in towards the left. Slow down's actually going to back out of this completely, and we go through then up into P7. So we are in the fight here. We've got P6, P5, and P4 all up ahead as we fast forward a little bit here, and we're going to go through turn 1. So we're going to get this right. I did actually learn this really well in the Lexus. Not showing it right here, though, as I absolutely nail it there. Front right of the corner. Real damage. The slowdown's going to absolutely send this, but this is a beautiful move. It really is a beautiful move. Nails it perfectly. That's how you nail an overtake into that corner. Really well played there, slow down. Yes, lap number 4. We're back in the thick of the action here for P5 then. So the damage has disappeared, thankfully. A bit of contact there between the two Porsche drivers up ahead as we go into... It's a Porsche Cup now, isn't it? So down the inside. Slight tap between the two up ahead. We look to get on the inside there. Tirika saw us, though. Well played with that awareness as we then going to then head towards the left right here for the final time in this race. We're not going to beat the meta in this one, are we? Because... yeah, we're fighting for P5 rather than P1. As we go through the right-hander, though, slow down, gets it all wrong. And I was hoping for the ghosting. It doesn't happen, and we just get sent on round. Very frustrating incident there, and we're still... lack of grip. When you got dirt on your tyres and it's already lack of grip, you just spin out instantly. It's very, very, very frustrating. And, yeah, we're going to come in P last there, unfortunately. Slow down, don't wait up for us there, but kind of figured they were already last anyway. But, yeah, maybe we should have waited up. But, yeah, P13, not the greatest race. And that sort of set the tone then for race number 3 here as we go into the left here, already into this race. Lots of cars up ahead, so we're in the fight. Going into here, somebody just goes a little bit too deep, just bumps us off slightly there. That was Jay, but Jay is going to wait up. But again, like we saw in the previous race, the second you got dirt on your tyres, it just spins out. And I decided to quit this race. Yes, I quit a race. I don't do that very often. Anyway, we go into race number 4. Now, this is very late at night, I might add, and it's been a heck of a week, as I say, with work. Going through here, I just lose the rear end. It was one of those where I was just really tired at this point, and I didn't really want to spin it around, so I quit again. 2 races in a row. I don't really do that very often. So we go to race number 5. This is many, many days later on a weekend, and I just had a bit of spare time, so I decided to go for it here and see if I could do it. So race number 5. Let's see what we can do here then. Can we do it? If you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe to the channel. We've got a 40,000 special coming up. Should be in, I want to say 3 weeks maybe, but we'll have to wait and see. And it's a real good one, I promise you that. Now, Just Bob sent it round the outside here in that Porsche 911. Absolutely nails it as well. What a move that is by Just Bob. Well played indeed. Wax on your hazards there as well. Maybe a thank you to say. Thank you for giving me space on the exit. I'm not too sure. But yeah, a beautiful move that. Really, really was a beautiful move as we go through here. Now, what's going to happen here at the sharp right-hander? Always crashes at this corner. There always is. It never fails. And going into this, we've got the Supra who went down the inside of the Genesis. It doesn't ghost in time. That affects Bob as well. So we get 3 for 1 once again. We don't get many of them in a video. And we got 2 in 1. Happy days indeed. So up into P3 we go. And I do notice up ahead, they are fighting quite hard here. However, we do have to focus on the Porsche behind as well as we go into this left. Have to defend a little bit as we go into the right-hander. And we defend this very nicely indeed. Porsche racing very well there as well. Alexa. Oh, God. She's going to kick off. Right. Okay. They're fighting up ahead then. In towards the left we go. Into the barrier. The Spaniard goes up into P2 then. 1.5 seconds off the lead. Can we do beat the meta in this race? That is the question with the Greek driver getting very close behind. Oh, there's the lack of grip again on the rear. But once it sticks, it goes. we go towards the end of lap 2 then, and the TX3 driver in the Supra goes very deep into that left-hander. Look at that gap coming down now, 0.9 of a second, now going to be 0.8 of a second, but we advance towards the final lap, right? And it's not really changed. They pulled away. I pulled it back again on this lap. This is actually a really quick lap that I'm on, but unfortunately, just not enough time. Now, I will say with this race, it really should be 5 or 6 laps, maybe even 7 laps, because it's one of the longest delays between race speeds I've seen in a while. I can get a good amount of qualifying laps in. It really needs improving on that, but a 141.7 there to finish up, and we come home in P2. So I wasn't going to leave it there. Yes, I had a bit of spare time. I thought, okay, let's go again. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so we're going to go to race number 6. And I improved my time to a 140.6. That's in the top 100 times, ladies and gentlemen. I don't do that very often in Beat the Meta. So we are there in terms of times. And there's still another 2 or 3 tenths in this lap as well. I completely nailed this turn 1 now in time trial. I absolutely got it and hammered down. I can absolutely fly through here, 151, 152 miles an hour as we head in towards the sharp right-hander here. My goal in this race, break away as much as I can on the first lap, and that should give me enough time and space to then let me manage the race. It's a Genesis behind me of Carhal here as we go into the right. They went a bit deep into that hairpin then as we go through the right-hander here. We do carry nice speed there, and we're gaining it again, so that's 0.6 of a second now, that gap. It's building up nicely. That means slipstream should be manageable now as we go in towards the sharp right-hander. Get this right, and we're on the move. Through we go. We absolutely nailed it on the exit. No grip issues whatsoever. Look at that gap. Up to 1 second now, that gap. 1 second. That's a good gap to have. Allows us to manage the race a little bit. Play it safe in certain corners. That's all we've got to do as we go into the fast left. Look for those marshals on the left side. Go on the brake. Turn a little bit later here. Look for that cottage. There it is. Start accelerating. Avoid any oversteer moments. We continue on through. I think they're fighting now behind Just Bow and Carhal because it's 1.2 seconds then as we go in towards the left. Now, I kind of figured this out. You want to go even tighter than normal here for this left-hander. And then go into third gear, and it allows you to just maximize the speed through that corner. 1.3 seconds, 1.4 seconds. In fact, we go towards the final lap then. I've been managing this race here. 2.1 seconds ahead of Just Bob. It wasn't put 3, but yeah, I've just been managing the race, trying to slow it down, be safe as I can. As I leave that last corner, there's only one result here. One result, and that is going to be a win. Let's jump to my live reaction then. Yes, done and dusted. Happy days indeed. Woo. Yeah, happy days indeed. We've done another Beat the Meta then in that Lexus RC F GT3 car. Happy days. I didn't think I'd get a chance to do this, and I was a bit frustrated because I knew I could do this. I knew I had the pace in this Lexus to do it at this race. We've gone and done it, haven't we? Let's have a look at the overall leaderboard then of all the cars we've done. Yes, we've got a lot of first places. This is in place order then, alphabetical. And you can see the Alfa Romeo at the top there. All these we have got first place in. Obviously, the voting system started more recently. So the Aston Martin V12 Vantage, for example, that's had 9 votes when I did that car. And obviously, that was one of the highest ones at the time, of course. We go to page 2. There is a Lexus RC F GT3 car. 23 votes for that car. Now, I do realise some people have been voting, and I haven't added up the votes yet. Remember, when you get the love heart, that is when I've added up the votes. With a very busy week, I've not had a chance to do this week's votes. So do bear with me with that. They will get added as we continue going forward here as well. So we go to the 21st place to 30th then. And you can see now the McLaren F1 GTR is back at the top there. The Genesis is very close as well, along with the Ford Mustang. I've seen a few people use that in this race this week as well. So they're looking like the front runners. Again, we've got some votes to add on to this week. And make sure you vote for your car now, because obviously we're getting down to the ones we've not done the race victories for. We will be doing them again, so you can vote for them. Or these here that we've got votes for, but literally, we've not done them yet. So the sprint model, I know a few people want to see what that's like versus the endurance model. The Ford GT race car gets a lot of votes there. That's in it's in the 32nd place at the time. Of course, it's in top 6 there, I think I want to say, as we go to the final set of cars. 48 cars in Group 3, and yeah, we're flying through them at the moment. I'm trying to get them all done, of course. The aim is to win in all Group 3 cars and all Group 4 cars that aren't beat the meta, sorry. So if they are the meta car, we can't obviously win at that time. But that is the full list for you there, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a fun one. This car, very much an underdog, very much up there. So do try it out. The Lexus RC F GT3 car. If you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe. You saw the graphic there. My logo's there to do that as well. The previous Beat the Meta there is on the left-hand side. And of course, on the right, a car profile. And there will be a car profile on this one, so keep an eye out. Thank you once again for watching, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very, very, very soon.